Hey guys, welcome back to the PIS. This is Dogfighting Building Blocks Bathtub Rock. So I will tell you up front, this is one that I was hesitant initially to film and or release because I know I'm going to get some flack for how ridiculous this looks. And I'm willing to concede that up front that this looks a little silly. It is a technique that's pretty much only enabled because of the way the ships currently move, and as such will probably go away. But we have it for now, so here we go. I essentially developed this after watching a whole bunch of other videos of other people dogfighting and seeing what they see when they want to squeeze the triggers. And so there's some kind of a look or a ship behavior that they're trying to find in order to line their shot up. So we're going to try to capitalize on the psychology or the muscle memory of what they're seeing when they take that shot and try to bait that behavior. So essentially, you can view this as working inside of the half pipe or a quarter pipe, or in our case, a bathtub, because it's much more makes sense for a wider audience. So we're going to climb up one side of that tub. At the top of the tub, we're going to pause, which stalls our pips out. It generates a behavior in the enemy pilot of trying to line up a shot at that moment. As you see them line the shot up, you switch and you come down out the other side to the top of the other side of the bathtub, and you stall your pips out, and it creates a shooting opportunity for the enemy, which they're going to try to capitalize on. And you can kind of alternate those back and forth to really get some space, or to use it as a baiting technique, which is what I do. So it works if they're up close. You can bait them up close to try to get them to back off, or you can bait them from far away to get them to dive in. Either way, this whole entire technique is designed to A, increase some survivability if you wind up in a bad spot, and B, bait enemy behaviors. And we're going to kind of cover that in a little more detail. First, I want to show you what it looks like from inside the cockpit view. This is what I'm doing here is I'm just working the bathtub. So we did this a couple times to kind of get an idea for what the ship looks like. And then I'm going to switch to an exterior view here so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So what I'm basically doing is coming across the bottom up one side. Once you get to the top, you slide back down, come across the bottom, up the other side. Slide back down, come across the bottom, up the other side, etc., etc. And again, you can turn this into a half pipe dodge where you kind of start in the bottom and you just quickly slide up one side, or you can quickly slide up the other side, or you can stitch them together for like a pendulum or a rocking effect, which is how this got the name Bathtub Rock. Because when I tried to explain it to people, the way I explained it was, if you can imagine a Hot Wheels car that continued to run up and down the sides of a bathtub and never got tired. So the wheels are always facing the ground, and it goes up one side, back down across the bottom, up the other side, etc., etc. So the bathtub rock is one of the dodging techniques, the primary dodging techniques that I use to kind of make a fool of somebody, unintentionally sometimes. It's more of a survival technique, but it's very frustrating to fly against. And the goal here is let me explain to you what's happening. When I get to this top side of the bathtub, my pips come to a lull, which is going to make the enemy pilot try to line and stabilize up. By the time they stabilize on that, I've already started down the other side. And so the shot's going to go wide to my right. I come back up the other side of the bathtub, and they stabilize, and they go to shoot me there again. And by the time the rounds show up, I've already slid down the tub, and I'm coming up the other side. And so the timing is pretty critical, and obviously this is going to look a lot faster in an actual fight than what I'm showing you here. And so I'll show you like a kind of a quick demo of what it looks like when someone's trying to shoot you during the bathtub rock. And again, I have a friendly pilot here who's just trying to help me make the videos, so it's a little bit challenging when the other person's not really trying to kill you to make this make sense, because he's obviously not committed to trying to shoot me. He's trying to help me to make a demonstration here. So, but for the sake of argument, you can see what I'm explaining. So as I climb and fall and climb and fall, he is repeatedly shooting over my shoulder because I'm no longer where he expects me to be. So that's the bathtub rock. Practice those movements. When you get it down pat, move on to the next one. See you soon.